sucked to be on your period and not have a change of clothes and not have a shower. And it's embarrassing and humiliating when you like mess up your clothes. So I was like, well, that felt like shit. So I'm going to, like I put some money aside because right now I have my stimulus check and that's really like all me and my mom have. But I was like, well, I want to give back to the people that donate. So I decided that I'm going to give them a $10 gift card to whatever their store or restaurant of choice is as like an incentive to donate. But I'm taking tampons, preferably variety packs, so it can help people with different like needs and situations. And then pads, cleansing wipes or baby wipes, and then like over-the-counter pain medicine, so like milo or tylenol. And you can just DM me for that if you want, and I'll give you the address to send the items.
Yeah, I'm sending you a DM right now with my. Actually, can you? I'll just email it to you. Oh, I see. You've hit me up a bunch on DM. Thank you.
Yeah,
I just DM'd you my email. I've got several. I'm an early investor in a tampon company, direct to consumer, and I'm going to hit them up. I want to see where they're at. I might be able to help you. So send me an email, okay?
I don't know how many $10 gift cards I can afford.
Not many, and so I'd like you to keep it and actually use it as a base for you to get. Tough to be selfless without first being selfish. I'd rather use that stimulus check to actually create the base of a stability situation for you, and I will come in and help you with what you're trying to do from a good place because I can. Yeah. And so we'll do that instead. You keep your check and start figuring out how to build a world that doesn't put you back into a car. I'll come in and help you and we'll get some pads and tampons to the people that need it.
That's so sick, dude. Thank you. And I'm sorry I look like an entire whole grown ass man right now. But
you don't. You look like an amazingly beautiful woman with a very nice heart. Dustin, let's throw up her Instagram. I have a funny feeling that we can get a lot of people to help out here. It's LETTIE LOTOJ. LETTIE
Slower.
Get faster, bro. Come on, fuck you, Dustin. LETTIE LOTOJ. Here you go, Dust. LETTIE. There we go.
I
got you. Vayner Nation, let's step up. Hit up this lovely lady. DM her.
And I just wanted to I'm sorry to cut you off. I just wanted to thank you for like recognizing my question because I tried, as you can see in DM, like several times. So the fact that you have millions of options and you picked me is like huge. I've been watching you for 6 years and I've wanted this from like day one. So,
well, we're here.
This is sick as fuck.
Agreed. I'll be in touch.
Okay.
Send me an email.
For sure.
Send me an email right now.
Okay. Can I ask my question?
Yes, of course. I apologize. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I was like, oh my God. So I make content basically documenting my daily life with, I've struggled with depression since I was 16. And that's the main reason I started the channel. So I basically was like, well, there have been times where I wanted to, harm myself or like had really dark thoughts. And just the thought of somebody else, primarily kids. I was hearing a lot about people that were like 15, 16 struggling with this when they should be worried about getting their braces off and passing driver's ed. They're like, do I want to be here? And I'm like, that's fucked up. So I was like, well, it felt like shit. So I'm going to, it was really nerve-wracking to be that transparent, because there's such a stigma surrounding mental health. But I just documented, like, if I had an episode, I took my meds on camera because I was like, I didn't turn into a fucking dragon. Like, there's so much stigma around even medication. And I documented, like, I had a run with, addiction and stuff like that for the month of April. I document my experiences with sexual assault. Basically, my question is, like, I'm worried that, because I want to do this for a living, and that means that I have to have at least a certain amount of income. And I'm nervous that when people of influence see my page, they're going to see me as a liability because sometimes I think I'm being too transparent.
You're going too general. Like, that makes sense to me. You're right. 80% will. And
Mm-hmm.
the 20% that you need to be connected with anyway won't. See, people always don't act themselves because they're worried about some other force, college, a boss, the professional industry accepting them. What they don't realize is then that means they want to be accepted by an establishment by being them fake selves.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, do you know how many people, literally the entire speaking industry in 2009, like every speaking agent, every, agency, every conference literally communicated to me via email, phone call, face to face. You have so much talent to be a great speaker. You will never be a big speaker because you curse too much. Don't curse, and you can be a great speaker.
Yeah, I heard that shit too.
Look at these people. Look at these people. Look at these people. Look at these people. You know what's happened over the last 10 years between me and those 10 people? I fucking lapped them.
For sure, yeah.
You know why? Because I didn't waver. I didn't want to be accepted by an establishment that I didn't respect anyway. Why the fuck do you want to pander to people that you don't respect anyway?
Oh my God. And like the other thing that I realized is I was off for 5 months. They got me for 5 months because my family was like, law enforcement looks at that, potential employers. And I was, consequently having a hard time finding a job.
Listen to me. Judge the judgers.
Okay.
Pay attention to who's giving you that advice.
Yeah. They're working 9 to 5s and I want to be a public speaker. Like Kobe didn't want Shaq's stats. Like, if you don't want their numbers or their lifestyle, then don't.
The only thing that you need to layer with that is figuring out what you need to do mentally and operationally and practically of not putting yourself back in a vulnerable spot of like being in a car, right? Like, for example, you're a sweetheart, but I can't have you taking your stimulus check and spending it on giving when you don't have. I'm being serious.
Yeah, I'm horrible with money, but no,
you're fucking super horrible with money.
Yeah, like
goes back to what I said earlier. Like, you could share the all-in challenge and keep the money and start building to stability.
Yeah,
your relationship with money is garbage.
The reason I wanted to do that was because like one of my tactics for helping to combat my depression is like getting the focus off of myself. And I always journal about it, but I wanted to do something tangible.
I respect that, but you need to figure out a different relationship that doesn't require the fact that it puts you in a vulnerable spot, because once you go back to that vulnerable spot, you're back to you know what happens.
Yeah, right, for sure.
I don't have to tell you, you know exactly what's going to fucking happen when you go back into a fucking car in October. You're fucking off. It's very hard to do shit if your legs aren't underneath you. Mm-hmm. You're not helping anybody.
Right.
I need you to get practical about that.
For sure. I will definitely. One last thing. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be selfish. This is just like, I don't know if I'll get this chance again, but I don't mean to put you on the spot, but like I was really wanting to ask for a job.
Okay.
Because like the stimulus money is all we have right now. And my mom bent over backwards my entire childhood. She was a single mom. Like
I'll explain this. Right. If you can make content, then I can give you a shot. If you can't, I don't want to bullshit you. I'm like going through the process of letting jobs go, and I don't want to sit here and bullshit you. But if you are able to design or video edit, then you can absolutely take that email and give me and show me what you can do, and then I can put you in touch with my team.
Yeah, and after COVID, man, I'll do it for free. Like, I'll walk to New York and sleep in a fucking tree. Like, I've slept in a car, so like,
Send me the emails. We'll talk, okay?
For sure. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Rat. Let's keep it going. Tanner. Fuck. And this was meant to be such a good talk. You got the epic rug behind you. I got the fucking classic curtains. This was going to be fucking dynamite. Can you hear me? Sorry, Dust. Let's keep it moving. All right, let's see who else. Crystal, thank you so much for being in here. Tad, Ballard, what's good? Jenny R, love you back. Carolyn, what's good? Pat.
Gary, can you hear me?
I can hear you, and I can see an incredible nerd center behind you. I'm fucking impressed.
Dude, it is. It's a passion project of mine, and
That's awesome.
You kind of like kicked my ass and I'm starting a YouTube channel on superheroes, so.
And TikTok, bro. TikTok.
Dude, I uploaded my first TikTok and get like 600,000 views. It's insane. Yeah. No, and I kept uploading. Yeah. No, and I'm trying to get 3 a day in. But here's a quick question on that. Like, does it have to be superhero related, or can I get my? Okay.
No, dude. Look, people ask me questions. You know how I always say, watch what I do, not what I say? Sometimes it's business. Sometimes it's garage sales. Sometimes it's a Jets photo. Sometimes it's a throwback to when I was a kid. My report card, a keynote.
Sure.
Some kid in the fucking street, a cartoon. Like, the answer is yes.
Yeah, of course.
Always yes.
I know it is, and it's so weird. I like thought about so many questions to ask, and I'm like, oh well, he answered that already. Oh well, he answered that already. It's awesome. Thank you, first of all.
The question becomes, this is what this is all about. The question becomes, you all know that. I've been so consistent. I've been so historically correct. Like this is take me out. I'm taking myself out of the question. I've been right so long about things that are proven in history. Like at this point, you know the tactics are right. The reason you're not doing it is this, which is why I've switched. 4 years ago, I started talking more about this. Before I used to be tactics. But then when people weren't doing it, when they know the fucking answer, I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, right. Self-confidence, self-doubt, parenting. Like, that's what evolved me, because I don't understand why you fuckers aren't. How the fuck are you watching this right now and not posting 3 times a day on TikTok? And you know what's crazy? Out of the 10,000 people, 99% are not, Pat.
Yeah.
99%.
Dude, I love it, man. You're so fired up, and you make me fired up. And I'm sure the rest of my town is sick of hearing me talk about Gary Vee, because
fucking up the town.
Right, yeah. So that's like ultimately my goal. And even before I started listening to you, that was it. Like I wanted to be the Gary Vee of Peoria, where I'm from, Peoria, Illinois. And so I'm 27. I used my skills as a videographer to build a company, and I'm freelance. I've been doing it for about 9 years. And so I guess my question would be like, I know that's going to make me great money. I love doing it. It's a great career. And now I want to dabble in some other things because my entrepreneurial spirit, right? And do I grind at the video for like 3 more years before dabbling? Well, I know I can dabble, but like, should I double down before I invest in other stuff? For instance, right now with...
The answer's always yes. You can double down on video and dabble.
Yeah.
Pat, I want to know your 24 hours, and I want to know your 7 days a week. I want to know. I want to literally sit on your shoulder and be like, bro, you just watched an hour and a half of fucking random videos.
Dude,
that could have been double down time.
Before I was watching 4 hours of Netflix a day, like kind of shit. So I was like, dude, I had time. So like, okay, I guess because I really want to gain value from this, and I know everyone watching, that's why you do this. So like right now with scenario going on, yes, a lot of people ask me to do sweat equity, and I'm cool with that if I can get a percentage of the business, right? Like, have you dealt with that a lot? Like, is that...
Of course.
How do I go? How do I not
say yes? You say yes or no.
Okay. Yeah,
I had a client yesterday who offered me these are now big companies who said, hey, our cash flow's fucked up. We want Vayner to do this work, but we'll share the profits on the back end. And I said, no. That's how I dealt with it.
Gotcha.
And then somebody else came in and said, hey, we know this is normally $3 million. Would you do it for 1.9? I was like, there's something there. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, sure. So should there always be something a little upfront before I like put in all my like?
I do unlimited stuff for free.
Yeah, and I believe
Pat, this is free.
Yeah, I know, dude. This is so sick, man. I've been doing this in my town. Like, I just like get people that I see that have the drive, and I FaceTime them and just start kicking their ass with these things about like document instead of create.
Listen to me. The answer is you're 100% in control. Everybody thinks they're getting gotten.
Yeah. That's true.
You see, like, oh, fuck, this guy's a better businessman than me. He's tricking me. He's taking advantage of me during this downtime. No, he's not. He's negotiating. When you say no and walk away, he then finds another video person. Or if he desperately wants you, you're in control. This is a perfect end to the start.
Yeah.
How do you handle it? You're in control.
Mm-hmm.
It's called negotiating. It's called business.
Okay.
Everybody's trying to tell, like, people, so many people are not cut out for business or haven't calibrated business yet. Gary, they're fucking trying to get me. No, they're not. You don't have to say yes.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
No, but really, Pat, it's like so fucking, right? Like you're not getting hosed. You're making a decision.
Yeah, and I feel...
It's not superhero shit. They're not like some evil villain that transformed your brain and you're like, yes, Megatron, sorry. You're in fucking control.
Yeah, dude, that's so true, man. It's so true.
The problem is a lot of people whose time and efforts are not that valuable want it to be. They're actually the wrong party. They're using ego. They want the other person to succumb to them. When that people are like, Gary, you need to, I'm like, I don't need to do shit. I have 40,000 videographers lined up in my fucking DM right now, willing to work for free for 4 years so that they can be like Babin and D-Rock. Look what's happened to Dustin. Dustin literally riding BMX bikes, and all of a sudden can fucking produce any fucking podcast or video show in the world.
That's what's up. Yeah, for sure.
I know what my value is, and other people do as well. Maybe that, you know how many people passed on free work because they know their worth, yet that was the video that was going to change their entire career? The fucking audacity when nobody gives a fuck about you is insane to me. People fucking walking around like they're Pablo Picasso and fucking Steven Spielberg when there's fucking 80,000 of them. All you fuckers grew up with fucking Final Cut and fucking iMovie and YouTube. You're fucking commoditized.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, Gary, I'm going to watch this 1,000 times and just like relive it. But the one thing I will say, like when I'm showing people your stuff, I always start with the Hot Ones episode. Okay. Because that was the first thing I saw. And it's like,
is that true? That was the first time?
Yeah, the first thing I saw. And
so let's break it down. First time you see it and you're like, go through the whole thing. And you're like,
who's this guy? Like, everyone looked at me on the couch. Like, you don't know this guy? Like, we feel like this is your life right now. And I'm like, no, I've never heard of this guy. So it was a perfect mixture of comedy, right? And not so like, because I have some friends that are like, oh, I don't listen to Gary. He told some high schooler to drop out. I'm like, you saw one clip out of context. You know what I mean? So like, I will go like, I've shared that Hot Ones probably like 10 times, showed my parents, because my parents are hustlers. Like, I'm like, Mom, you're 65. Like, she's killing garage sales her whole life. They started card shows when they were younger. Like, it's just insane, man.
Brother, I really appreciate having you on.
Thank you, man.
You have such a good spirit. Like I want to be your friend. Like, I think you're going to get DMs with your handle here. It's Pat Clark. Like, I think you're literally going to get like, hey, let's be friends.
Dude, that'd be awesome, man. Hey,
and by the way, on the final point, all the shit in your background, like, bro, you need to lean into putting out content around superheroes on TikTok at scale.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, you do what?
I do cosplay, so I dress up and do unboxings of comics, talk shows.
I get it. I know that whole scene, bro. I'm telling you, if you go hard at TikTok, 3 posts a day, just feeling your kindness, like youthful energy, like I'm telling you, you're going to find yourself at Comic-Con in a way that you could have never dreamed, and you're going to DM me and be like, Gary V, I loved you at first, and now I really fucking love you.
I can't wait for that moment, man. Hey, quick, I don't read books, but I am jabbing here left and right? So I want to be a public speaker and stuff. Anyway, like I know with events and stuff being canceled for a while, you see like online speaking becoming a big thing. And like, I would love to apply for Vayner speakers or something like that.
Vayner speakers, you have no shot. I'll tell you why. Cause Steve and Zach, who make the decisions, they're impossible. Like, I'm like recommending like people that have huge speaking careers are like, not right. I'm like, okay. So I'm like scared of the Vayner speakers crew. But
that's cool.
But you should do what I did. You should speak for free for a long time until you don't.
Yeah. And I was going to schools and volunteering, but not documenting any of it. So like, dude, like literally it changed my world. So I appreciate it. Let's get someone else on here. Have a good one, man.
Love you, man. See you soon.
Yeah,
I appreciate you saying that, Josh. Great show today. I'm glad it's free too, man. I really hope everybody enjoyed this show. Like somebody said a comment, no beard, no bullshit. Today was a very focused fucking show. Like, we got a lot in there, Dustin, in this hour. Like,
yeah,
got a good amount in there. What was your takeaways? Anything?
I wrote notes because things always are flying all over the place for me. I always like those parts where it's in between the calls, like when you're talking about the whole interrupting and giving, like, you wanted to give value to people. Like,
what's your take on the interrupting thing, right? Because and you see, like, especially because we've been doing like Coffee and Commerce and we've been doing Tea with Gary Vee, and like, people really, really get mad at me, and I really understand because I think they're right. I get it. On the other side of it, I can see the perception of it and the feeling, but it makes so much sense to me. Like, point taken. Let's get more value out of it. I understand on the other end, there's a whole audience that didn't get the point. So that's why they want it. They're not fast enough or intuitive enough or to actually see it. So I'm fucking that up. And so I'm trying to find my balance. Like, it's a really interesting, like, look, I don't think I'm the greatest interviewer. You know, I'm not fucking Larry King. I get that. But I like it because I feel like everybody else does the other style, and you can get that. There's 8 trillion fucking, videos on YouTube where you can get that. I don't know. What do you think about it?
I mean, I think it's just like, all ass kissing aside, your brain is going faster than a lot of everyone else. So it's like you already are like a step ahead than like me. So you like already know what I'm going to say. So I get it. Like that's why you're kind of getting to the point already. But
it's a fine line because I also understand the other side.
Yeah.
You have to do it for your audience. And if I get it, but they don't, I have to let that breathe.
Yeah.
It's a tricky fucking game.
But yeah, that's very true.
It's why I don't think I'll ever be the best at interviewing. But I also think like I get these emails, like literally I was reading comments. Somebody was mad at me yesterday for the Shopify CEO, but then also DM me like that he follows the Shopify CEO and he got more out of our interview, thoughts and information from him than he has in any of the fucking 100 articles and videos that he's watched. And that makes me lean into the, interrupting. I don't even call it that. It's my interview style that is desperately trying to bring value to the audience.
Because you understand people, you know what they want to know, and you're just kind of like jumping to it.
I also know what the interviewer or the person that's asking me the question is actually trying to get off the interviewee, and I don't want them to. I want them to get to the real thing.
Interesting.
You understand?
Yeah, no,
like I'm
totally.
I'm putting pressure on the interviewee. Like, all these incredible guests are just like, everyone's like, Gary gets all these incredible guests and then fucking doesn't let them talk. I don't let them to do their press release that they do everywhere else. I'm trying to fucking help you. And you're fucking drilling me in the comments, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Winetext.com. Today, if you don't drink Brunello, you're making a huge mistake. One of the best wines out of Tuscany in the world. Today's offer is half price Thursday. It is finally time to step up and sign up for this. If you drink wine, I can't wrap my head around why you haven't signed up. Please sign up. And then obviously, please, All In Challenge, please go leave a comment in the Instagram comments of your favorite celebrities. Please figure out how to get more people aware of the All In Challenge, allinchallenge.com. Let's get that up. Let's get a new graphic starting tomorrow, Dustin, because this just says All In Challenge. Let's get the allinchallenge.com part. I see that you do that. I see what you're doing. Got it. You always support it with the URL below. Got it.
Yeah, I'll get the full version.
Yep. Yeah, let's do that. Please support the All In Challenge. We're raising, I think we're over 20, we're at about 25 million. Where are we at? All In Challenge. We are at $25 million raised in 2 weeks. It would mean a lot to me if you supported it. And if you want to give a $10 donation to the All In Challenge to feed the hungry during this terrible time, please check out my auction on All In.